Hello everyone, this is Matthew and today I will explain to you the concept of naming ionic compounds in chemistry. Welcome! Are you ready for a fun learning session? For today's science lesson is naming ionic compounds. First, what is ionic compounds? Ionic compounds are consisting of ions. Two-element compounds are usually ionic when one element is a metal and the other is a non-metal. The compound are named by writing the name of the cations first, followed by the name of the ions. What is cations and anions? Cation has a positively charged and more protons than electrons. For cation to form, one or more electrons must be lost, typically pulled away by atoms with a stronger affinity for them. An ion has a negatively charged and more electrons than protons. For an anion to form, one or more electrons must be gained, typically pulled away from another atoms with a weaker affinity for them. Note, when metals lose electrons, they become ions, but their name does not change. For example, sodium. Sodium lose 1 electrons, and the name did not change. In magnesium, magnesium lose 2 electrons, but the name still the same. In nonmetals, when it gain electrons, they become ions, but the first name syllable stays the same, but the ending drop and replace it with IDE. For example, fluorine. It gains 1 electrons, therefore the name is fluoride. In sulfur, it gains 2 electrons, therefore it is sulfide. Here, in another example, in sodium, since it is positive metal ion, it will lose 1 electron, but the name is still the same. And in fluorine, since it is negative non-metal ion, it will gain 1 electron, but the first syllable stays the same, but the ending is dropped and replace it with an IDE. Therefore, the fluorine becomes fluoride. In number 2, as well the magnesium stays the same and in oxygen becomes oxide. The YGN replace it by IDE. Polyatomic ion. What is polyatomic ions? Are ions made of more than one atom. Remember that mono means one and poly means many. Some common polyatomic ions include hydroxide, sulfate, nitrate, phosphate, carbonate, and ammonium. Note that, with the exception of the ammonium ion, all of the listed polyatomic ions are anions. You will have to remember the formula and the charges of these polyatomic ions. For example, sodium ion and nitrate ion. The formula for the ionic compound is NaNO3. When naming ionic compound made from polyatomic ions, we just write their names as they are. The name therefore is sodium nitrate. For our second example is magnesium ion and hydroxide ion, and the name therefore is magnesium hydroxide. That's all everyone. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to Victory in Science. Thanks for watching.